So this commentary is going to be more spur of the moment, and it might include some actual gameplay in this. I might cut to it just now, rather than you staring at my still image the whole time. I figure give you guys something to look at because it plays into a commentary that I'm working on currently, which is just going to be a laid-back first impressions for the recently launched Metal Gear Solid sequel. It's the first one I've played, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But for now, I just want to discuss the notion of getting burned out on this topic of ideologues in gaming, or social justice warriors, or feminists, or whatever the issue happens to be. It seems to me that on occasion people kind of bow out for their, whatever reason they come up with. But in my mind, to me, it's just burnout. They reach a point of frustration with the fact that things aren't moving in the direction that they wish they were, or they perceive that they're not moving, at least quick enough. And I'm not trying to say that I know better than them in terms of how things are progressing, but I just think that people can grow rather impatient in terms of these individuals being around and infesting the communities that they find to be important. I mean, I can't stand the fact that you have guys like Jammin' Warren and Idea Guy Mike and all the others that I've covered. Not just the small guys, but the big guys. Those concern me. Because it's just a matter of, it's amazing to me that so many people actually listen to them, actually genuinely think that they're of note, that what they have to say is something that's worth even listening to. And don't misunderstand me from, coming from a perspective that is in any way envious of, they have this big platform, and, I believe that I should be in this position to say what's right and what's best about gaming. It's not about that. It's being in a position where you have an audience. And I said this to Sargon of Akkad way back, that when you have that many viewers, you can abuse that position so easily. You can abuse it. And what's frustrating to me is the case where you have guys like Idea Guy Mike, you have guys like Jammin' Warren, and you have many others that are absolutely taking advantage of their position and pushing an ideology rather than being genuine, rather than actually doing something good, speaking well about the gaming industry, speaking well about gamers, speaking about really what the issues are. The fact that we have games that are being released that do not fucking function on day one, which, to me, that's the end all. You buy a game, you put it in your console, or you download it, and it doesn't work. I mean, how much worse of an issue can you imagine than you buy a fucking $60 product and it don't work? But is anyone covering that? Maybe Total Biscuit is. But it seems to me that every other fucking person with an audience is talking about their fucking genitalia. They're talking about all of this goddamn nonsense. And I understand how frustrating that is. I understand how people can get burned out based on the fact that you have ideologues that are not covering the real issues that gamers are concerned about. They're covering things that, for the everyday person, the working class American, they don't give a fuck about this. They don't give a fuck about representation in video games. And as a person that is a gamer, what pisses me off is that you have games like the one you're watching right now that have the option for not necessarily customization, but a diverse cast, a diverse group of people that make up an organization. There's nothing written about it, at least that has caught my eye. I haven't seen anything about this game having this option. It's just amazing to me that here's a game that allows you at a point to just do whatever the fuck you want. There's so many options of which you can take advantage of in terms of play style and character and customization, really, if you play online and all that. But really, this game has so much content, has so much that could please an individual that is obsessed with representation in video games, whether it's gender or race or even ethnicity. It comes down to you can play specific ethnicities in this, okay? Not a word, nothing even referencing it. But that's because these ideologues, as I've continued to say, are not gamers. They aren't playing these fucking games. And if they are, it's just straight through to get a review up, to make that money. They have to collect their paycheck. Otherwise they're writing op-eds about their fucking genitalia. The fact remains, however, that despite how frustrating it can be to cover this kind of shit day in and day out, and understand as I do, that these people are not fucking gamers, that their presence, as irritating as it is just cynical politics in action. It is individuals attempting to push an ideology and doing so on the basis that they are the authority. They get to pick what is good, what is righteous, or what is evil, and what is bad and immoral. They are the authority. That is really what they're after and what they're attempting to achieve for themselves, maybe. I don't really know the ends of social justice outside of fucking parody and everything, if not just, black women in every comic. I can't really say what the real ends are, but the means are something that we all have to endure. And that's frustrating. That grades against your fucking nerves, as it does my own. And the real answer to that, especially if you're a gamer, I can't help you if you read comics or if you're involved in other forms of geekdom or whatever. I can't help you. The real solution for gamers is to do what I'm doing right now. You see what's on your screen? That's what I'm doing. This is my downtime. This is what we should all be doing in the case that we need to bow out for a day or two. We need to take a break. You don't have a hissy fit. You don't lose your nerve. You don't do stupid shit and have a meltdown. If you can't deal with what's happening in gaming, you're a gamer, aren't you? Fucking load up a game. Take some time off. Jesus Christ. And I'm not speaking about any particular person, really, but it's just something that I've kind of noticed over the past few months is that it seems to me every once in a while there's some flare-up of drama that's, someone's done with Gamergate, or someone's done, talking about this issue, or they're taking some time off because they've become frustrated. You shouldn't put yourself in that position. I mean, that to me is the issue, is that you put yourself in a position to where you don't take a fucking break from this bullshit. These people are going to be there tomorrow. They're going to be there and they're going to still be wrong. You can take a break. You can take a breath and go outside and do something. And if you just want to play a video game, like I'm doing, just do that. Just ease up for a moment. And it is a daily reminder, right? We all know that these people are still going to be here tomorrow. They're still going to be there in their parasitic fucking form, demonizing us, demonizing the industry, slandering game developers, and attempting to control artists, attempting to control the medium, attempting to say what is moral and what isn't regarding art. That is an issue that is very easy to get me worked up about. It's not hard to get me pissed off when you bring up the subject that these people see themselves as a legitimate authority in just slandering an artist, slandering them to say that they know better than them, and that what they're creating is wrong. To me, that is the real focal point of, in many ways, Gamergate. I'm not trying to say that I want Gamergate to be anything than what it is. I'm here. These are my videos. This is my channel. I'm putting my opinion out there. I'm not claiming any direction. We all concern ourselves with what we care about. I'm getting too worked up in this video just talking about the subject matter, when I really want to say that the real issue here, if you are a person that can't just decompress in the way that I can. It's very easy to get me very, bent out of shape or hot or excited, really. I'm easily excitable. I have that trait. if you are unlike myself and, this is grating against you, having to focus on these kind of people and what they're pushing for and their total fucking lack of respect for artists and how repugnant that is, whether it's that or everything else, right? I can't really say what about this pisses you off, but if you cannot decompress or vent as immediately as I can in many ways, of just taking a walk. It's very easy for me to just, if I'm angry legitimately about something, take a walk. And that's simple. I can be totally even-headed for the next 5 minutes until something else excites me. But, I just have that kind of personality. But I understand not everyone does. If you are getting burnt out on this subject matter, if you are feeling as though you can't take another minute of what unfolds, okay, do as I do. Just walk away from it. You can always click off of Twitter. You can always get off of Kotaku in Action. You could always, or maybe I should specify Reddit, you could always just get away from it for, however long you need to. You don't need to have some kind of fucking hissy fit regarding this. You don't need to be in that position. You could simply just walk away. And, the other thing is, too, I could get into the lecturing mode of saying be smart about your information as well. I know that there's been a few times where people have doxed me, even in my current form, where I'm anonymous. I've been doxed. You know what I did? Ignored it. Paid it no mind. Nothing has happened yet. I've been doxed several times. Every time I've been in a stream, I've been doxed. And I don't care. Whoever did it, report the account. That's it. I haven't gotten any phone calls. I haven't had people showing up. I haven't had people mail me any syringes. I'm not worried about it. I honestly don't think that I'm anybody. I'm just some no-name YouTuber. So I don't really sweat the fact that some people know who I am. Oh, they know my real name. Oh, they know where I really live. Who cares? Who cares? I don't need to give them the pleasure of knowing that they're right. Maybe they got the right address. Maybe they got my name. Who gives a shit? That's nice. I have better things to do than concern myself with some fucking cunt who's just spreading information. It doesn't matter. Unless somebody sends something, then maybe I'll have to concern myself with it. But until that point comes, I just don't see how getting so angry or so frustrated with the circumstances as they are, that you need to put yourself in the position where you have a public meltdown, or you are forced to just walk away for weeks or months on end for what happens. Just take a breath, walk away for a couple hours, play a video game. There are many things that you can do to decompress from the situation, from how you feel now. You have options. It's just, being smart about it, not letting your emotions get the better of you. But I hope that you guys will appreciate this for, I'm not trying to be patronizing, I'm not trying to lecture you. I'm just trying to help some people, hopefully, understand that the best thing to do in a situation where you're getting too emotional is to just walk away. There's no losing, an e-battle. Because if you disappear, then really who's won? Really, who is actually better off? But that's just my opinion on the matter, and I'm sure that I'm running out of time by now. So thanks for listening.